After 2 interrupted winters, XCR finally completed a full season in 2022. In this review, we are joined by Tim Crosby to share with you some of the highlights of Australia's premier domestic winter competition, XCR.
XCR'22 was just great to get 10 rounds done again. It's just been so, I suppose, traumatic over the last few years, and just to have all the teams back out again, the team rivalries, the individual performances, it's just been great to see.
Obviously, it's been 3 years since we've had a full XCR season. We've made a few changes. What do you think the changes are that have worked?
Oh, it's things like live results. It's the everyone scores. I love that concept. You might only have 3 and you need 4 in a team, but that's 3 people still score, so everyone counts. And I think that's one of the beauties of the Athletics Victoria system as opposed to other states, where there's a reason for everybody to turn up. Strava segments, St Anne's have come on board to sponsor those, and having those little signs out there and just seeing the orange sign saying, okay, we're on.
All right, moving on to our champion athletes. First of all, the women.
Open women, was a really tight affair because you had Georgia Hanson dominant when she did race. Melissa Duncan came through and won 2 races. But Rachel McGuinness, go back, she literally was a fun runner only 2-3 years ago, a park runner, and now she's the individual XCR champion. Why? Because she was consistent throughout the season, never off the podium when she raced, and it was just that typical thing of XCR being able to deliver week in, week out.
I think I was a bit more of a recreational runner before, and now just decided to take it a bit more seriously, had a bit more coaching input from yourself, and just really kind of cracked down on my training and seems to be sort of reaping the rewards of it now. So I'm really pleased with my progress over the last couple of years.
Andre Waring, it got very close at the end too with Andre. He was only up by 1 point over Seth. But Andre, yet again, he's just a product of Athletics Victoria. We absolutely love him. He's a club person through and through, loves the Box Hill Club.
Super stoked to get the win today. It's been a long time, got a lot of silvers, a lot of top 10s, so really, really happy to get the win.
And the champion athlete winners for all age groups. Okay, well, XCR is a team competition, of course, so just reflecting on first, say, the open women.
Yeah, open women, Glenn Huntley just too strong, and week in, week out, one a drop or 2 a drop, but they'd bring someone else in. You drop a Keely Small and you bring in an Emily Guy. It's really hard to battle with.
We're very fortunate with our depth. We've had 13 women this year fill the positions of the Premier team across the rounds. There's not been just 5 or 6 good runners where we've suffered. So it's never an easy option to get into that team. You've got to really earn it.
With St Stephen's coming through next year, I think there's going to be a very interesting competition because Box Hill, when they get their team on the park, they're so strong. South Melbourne, when we get the full team on the park. And that's what I'd love to see one day, when we get full teams on the park from each of those clubs. It will be on.
And the open men.
The open men, well, what do you say about Bendigo? We use that word momentum, and they've built their own momentum, and I think that's what other clubs should be looking over the fence at this and saying, well, how did Bendigo do it?
Surprised to win Gels Park. It's probably nearly the hardest race to win because there's some of the guys that head over to Europe, they still do that race, and we were a bit surprised, and then it was just expected that we won. That was our expectation. So Sandown realised we were actually really bummed with second, and I'm going, hang on guys, we finished second, that's still a really good result. But some of the younger guys, they're like, no, we win every round because that's what they were used to. So we definitely got that momentum, and just carried us through the long season.
And Andy Buchanan and Brady Trelfel obviously are a major part of that, but then they bring through the young guys and they just put this level of enthusiasm. And the win at Gels Park we'll be talking about that race for many years to come, and that's what set them up, because they had belief then.
And the team premiers for all divisions and age groups.
And any final thoughts looking forward to next season?
Don't be surprised, there could be a few moves here that we try and just take it to another level. Find some new venues, really inject some new ideas. Critical to that, though, will be our clubs. Our clubs have to be party to this and supporting us. And it's not just the clubs, it's the coaches, it's the athletes. They've got to think, well, okay, XCR is one of the best series in the whole world. We know that. British cross-country is good, but this combination of road, cross-country and relays makes for a fantastic 10-race series.